LeBron is a character. LeBron is a character. He's a character. He's so big and strong until he gets hit. And now he's laying down like someone stole his life. Let's look at something here. Points in the paint. Look at points in the paint. Golden State Warriors got 36 points in the paint. And the Lakers have 34 points in the paint. So that's key. I don't even know who you are, but it looks like you're just a troll. So, yeah, you're a troll. I don't got time for trolls. But let's look at the paint differential here. 34 and 36 here. So Lakers shoot 2 more points in the paint. Free throw is 27 free throws for the Lakers, and we have 13 free throws for the Golden State Warriors. So clearly both teams are attacking the paint, but we have a free throw differential here. Like we've been seeing all season long, the Lakers have shot 400, and I think someone informed me 13 free throws since the trade deadline. I think they are 6. Okay, they're 6 in the NBA in points in the paint attempts. The number 1 team in points in the paint attempts in the 2023 NBA season was the Memphis Grizzlies. So the Memphis Grizzlies were number 1. Now, when they played the Lakers in the first round of the 2023 NBA Finals, they got screwed too on the free throw line. Especially, I think, game 5 and 6. Ja couldn't get to the paint for anything. So he's not really a perimeter scorer. Ja's more of a drive to the basket / layup dunk person. So when you're playing with that type of intensity, a Ja Morant that he plays with, you're going to get fouled. But yet when they played against the Lakers, they didn't get to the line that much. They didn't get to the line as much as the Lakers did. So similar in tonight's game here. So we see Golden State does have 34 points in the paint, and the Lakers 36 points in the paint. So they're kind of dead neck even in points in the paint. Really haven't shot the ball from 3 that well, particularly Clay. But yet, once again, they are not getting the calls to put them to the line, and the free throw discrepancy is always on the side of the opposing team in this particular series. And so their free throws have been cut down drastically because when they played against the Kings, they took more free throws, shooting more jump shots in the Kings series. So I have to throw that out there for the Bronx-sexuals, because a lot of the Bronx-sexuals use the analogy that they aren't getting in the paint enough. But when you actually look at the statistics, they actually are getting in the paint enough. They're just not blowing the whistle for them. So that's a problem, because what that does is that helps control the tempo and the pace of the game, and it kind of dictates the outcome in the way. We see in game 2 when the free throws were, I think the Lakers took about 17 free throws. Still one more than the Golden State Warriors. And the Warriors took about 16 free throws. I believe the Warriors blew them out because the free throw differential wasn't that drastic. Now the Warriors, they have been committing fouls a lot this season. but it's a physical game. It's not as physical as the game was in the 90s, but there's no way at the pace that they play, running off screens, getting the ball to Curry the way they do, with Thompson running off screens, that they're not getting fouled. And even on the closeouts, a lot of times Steph Curry, when he's pulling up for threes, he's not getting landing space. You gotta let the shooter have some form of a landing space. Um, so he's been getting fouled out on the threes. So that's the first thing we have to debunk, because they are getting points in the paint. They're about dead neck in points in the paint, but yet the refs are calling more foul shots for the Lakers. Now I already have my predictions, earlier on this season. I had picked the Philadelphia 76ers to kind of win the championship this year. I still believe it's going to either depends on how Joel Embiid shows up. It's either going to be between the Boston Celtics or the 76ers to take the championship this year. Uh, I got my reasons for believing it. Defensively, Boston is a great team defensively. Um, I don't think there's nobody on the Lakers front court that can really guard a Jaylen Brown and a Jason Tatum. Um, and along with the 3-point shooting, how they have improved themselves this year with Brogdon and having Marcus Smart. I think that's going to be a good thing. So yeah, it is clear that this is the matchup uh, that the league wants. Um, it's the oldest matchup in NBA history. So you got to think about it. The Boston Celtics historically are 11 or 18, 17 titles. Um, and the Lakers won in the Mickey Mouse bubble ring. So I think the narrative this season is different from last season. Last season was the 75th anniversary, which the Warriors won. They won in 1975, one of their titles, and it was. And if you noticed, this last season, the Warriors had the 75th anniversary logo on their court. So they ended up winning in 1975. Curry was the seventh pick in the draft. They ended up winning the ring just like they did in 1975. So this particular year, it's going to be Boston versus LA, or it's going to either be the 76ers. Now, if we go with Boston, then we can have a narrative that tributes to Bill Russell. Bill Russell was the number six. The number six is on the court, and he passed away this season. So uh, if the Lakers face Boston and Boston wins, then there you go. You'll have LeBron James, or back in the finals, maybe for his last time. He passed Kareem. They helped him this season get to. They helped him. Even Van Gundy said he had a lot of help this season. So in terms of getting new players on his team, like he always did, I've never seen a player in NBA history get as much help as he did, All-Star help. Because you got to think about it, he had Westbrook on his team. Dennis Schroeder was still is on the team. I mean, this team had Anthony Davis. Last season, uh, they've had so much help since LeBron has been there. D. Howard, uh, Mark Gasol. Um, I mean, you name it, they had it, but yet LeBron couldn't get it done alongside with Anthony Davis being hurt. So he couldn't really carry him. So basically, what you're seeing is LeBron being carried right now, because he's gotten to the paint and he's gotten some layups, but this series hasn't been won by him. It's been won by the point differential at the free throw line and his teammates. So you want to thank Lonnie Walker for one game, because when they were gassed out, Lonnie Walker came in and scored 15 points, and Lonnie Walker actually carried that team to victory. in the fourth, because I think LeBron James had 2 points. So, but LeBron section was going to look at the stats. What they'll do is they'll automatically just give all the credit to LeBron, but they won't look at the fact that he was either carried by Anthony Davis, Dennis Schroeder, or Austin Reeves knocking down some key shots, etc. So I'm still going to go on the limb. I don't think that Denver has the talent to beat the Lakers, but will they beat the Lakers? I mean, they're deep enough, but it's very well possible that that game is going to get manipulated. That series is going to be manipulated in fouls also. Um, and what I mean by that is, if you put the Joker in foul trouble, if he's in foul trouble, that's all they got to do. I don't know if they're going to play Thomas Bryant, but if you put him in foul trouble, then we've seen this in the past that you could change the narrative of how that's going to flow. So I think it's going to. I definitely think I'm going to give Denver 2 games. Denver's probably going to win 2 games, and then I'll give the Lakers probably winning at 6. Then the Lakers move on from the Denver Nuggets to face the I want to really say the Boston Celtics. I really think it's going to be the Boston Celtics. I don't have faith in James Harden and Joel Embiid in the closeout game. I think Joel Embiid and James Harden, I don't think they're going to show up and do what needs to be done in the closeout game to actually get things done. Can they do it? Absolutely. Can they do it on the road in Boston? I don't know. What kind of James Harden we gonna get? Are we gonna get the same James Harden uh, that took the Warriors to 7 games, or are we gonna just get the Harden that disappears? So that definitely can happen. But I personally think it's gonna be the Boston Celtics once again versus the LA Lakers, and I think that the Boston Celtics are going to win the championship this year. And you're gonna have a lot of you're gonna have a lot of Lakers fans. They're gonna be crying and boo-hooing. But I believe the NBA wants LeBron in the finals for ratings with this matchup. Now, I personally don't understand and know why. We saw the last time he was in the finals, which was 2020, that we saw him in the finals in 2020, and he stinked. Or, as far as the numbers are concerned. So I think it was one of the lowest rated finals in NBA history. I believe Michael Jordan's Last Dance probably got more views and more interest than the 2020 NBA Finals. Now you got the Miami Heat that advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they're going to probably win 2 games. So that's it for all the Heat fans. All the Heat fans that think they're going to go back to the finals. Nah, David Stern is turning around in his grave, if you believe that, because if you think about it, the ratings, if the Miami Heat goes to the finals, their ratings are going to plummet. Again, no one wants to see Jimmy Butler in the NBA Finals. I'm going to say it again, no one wants to see Jimmy Butler in the NBA Finals. He doesn't have the star power. He's not marketable enough. We saw this from the 2020 Mickey Mouse bubble ring ceremony, that when the ratings drop, he's not a big enough superstar to have people tune in. So you got to have a big superstar in the finals. You got to have like a Curry. You got to have a Durant. You got to have LeBron, because his LeBron's career is manufactured. So they manufactured his career and built him up to be somewhat better than what he really is. Sort of like what they're doing with Bronny James. They're hyping up Bronny James right now, and they're trying to make Bronny better than what he really is. So that's just my prediction. I think I think next round, if the Denver Nuggets want to take it, they gonna almost have to dang near play perfect. They do have what it takes as far as shooting with Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Gordon can knock down some threes. We know Nikola Jokic can knock down some threes. So they got what it takes to actually compete with the Lakers. But I don't know if they're going to have that mentality to just take it away from them. And when I mean take it away from them, just let them know that they don't even belong on the same floor with the number one seed. So I think that you can get, Nikola Jokic to kind of bow down to LeBron a little bit. And I don't know what happens to Denver's offense when he's in foul trouble, because he's such a big part of their offense in terms of how the ball moves, in terms of how they run plays. Uh, he's big time. So I'm going to expect that to probably go 6 games. I don't think it's going to go 7. And I don't see the Denver Nuggets. So we got to, so slow down. All the people who think the Denver Nuggets going to go to the finals, not going to happen. Bring me the remote. The remote. All the people who think that the Denver Nuggets are going to go to the finals, I need you to think about this. If the Denver Nuggets goes to the finals, what is that going to do for the ratings? Jokic has his fans, but on the international level, but it's not big enough to attract us in terms of a market where we want to watch the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Finals. It's going to be boring. So that's sort of like a clue to let you know that the Denver Nuggets aren't going to make it, because they don't have that allure or that ability to get people to have massive, uh, tuning into the game in a massive way. I know I don't really watch Denver games like that. I have, just to analyze them, but it wouldn't be a fan favorite for me. Now, I'm going to watch this because I'm going to critique and give my opinion on this series. But this is probably, the Warriors' last run for me. Clay didn't really play well. Clay was kind of like a shell of himself. If Clay would have just had 20 points, he picked the wrong time not to heat up. I think the last game he had like 9 points, and you're not going to win and beat the Lakers or any team. It could have been any team. It could have been Memphis, with Klay Thompson scoring 9 points, 7 points, 10 points, 11 points. That's just not gonna happen. So Klay has to play better than what. So to me, I don't know if I'm going to max out Klay. He has some good games this season. He played okay. He's not the same player. Okay, he was always streaky, but this is terribly bad. Where he's been open and he's taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots, and he's just missing threes. And at this particular point, Curry had no help in this particular point. DiVincenzo played better actually than Klay Thompson in terms of scoring. Wiggins, I didn't expect much out of Wiggins because I didn't know, how serious the rib injury was. So he's probably playing in a manner where he's trying to guard his ribs. I commend him for going out there and playing, uh, because he didn't have to. So he could have sat out, and it could have been worse. He played tremendous defense this particular round on Klay Thompson. I mean, on LeBron James. So okay, so Draymond has calf tightness, so he's doubtful. So at this point, it doesn't even make sense. They might as well go ahead and figure out what's what for next season. And like I said, once again, like I said, my prediction: Boston versus LA. Now, if it's the 76ers versus the Lakers, I think the last time the 76ers been in the NBA Finals was 1983, right? So 1983, And you should, from now, that's been almost 40 years. So it's been 40 years since the Philadelphia 76ers went to the NBA Finals. Dr. J ended up um, beating the LA Lakers that year in 1983. Now in 1984, Kareem broke the scoring record against he took Wilt Chamberlain and passed him with the most points scored in NBA history. Okay, and so with that being said, same thing here. LeBron James, even though he not do it in the fashion that Jabbar did, he passed Jabbar in points. And I think that you can have the same narrative where Boston wins, but they wanted to get LeBron in the finals one last time. They got to get him in here one last time because it's to me it's over with for LeBron. It's over with for LeBron. Okay, this is it. It's over. He ain't got the abilities to carry a team anymore. As you can see, a lot of these games, LeBron was huffing and puffing. Go back and check the statistics, okay? Where he may have 20 or he may have 15 or he may get off to a good start, but he disappears in the second half. Second half, you don't see LeBron James in the second half. He's gassed out. So they know this. He's on it, and he's in, and so he's probably, I think he's got another year or two, maybe on the contract. He wants to play with Bronny James. So in order to make that happen, he has to play next season, which I don't know how many games he'll be able to play or how many he plans on playing or etc. And then you have to wait for Bronny to come out of the draft class, and then you got to ask yourself, where's Bronny going to go? Where are the Lakers going to draft him? I hope not. Because then, I mean, I don't know. Is he going to go to Cleveland because LeBron wants to play on the same team with him? And, he's been able to show that he has the ability to make things happen. He's been able to make things happen. In terms of the type of power that he has. So, so go to my YouTube channel, Raw Sports TV 23. Subscribe. This is just a quick breakdown of what I believe is going to happen. Next round is going to be very interesting because I said the Nuggets have the pieces. The Nuggets got the pieces to put everything on the Lakers. But you got to think and you got to understand that having the Lakers in the NBA, having the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Finals is terrible. That's not a good thing because marketing-wise, it's not going to bring a lot of ratings. But if you have a big market like big market, just like Boston, you're going to get all those Boston fans in that market watching. And then you're going to get all the Lakers fans watching. So this is, like I said, to me, a lot of this stuff is predetermined before the season. I personally believe the NBA picks who they want to win the championship because I've never seen a team. Well, I've seen it with the 2002 NBA Finals, Lakers versus Kings, but I've never seen a team get this much help. They traded Westbrook, and they got Beasley. They ended up getting who else they got? Russell, Mo Bamba. They got a ton of players for Russell Westbrook. I know they gave us some draft picks, but I mean, just crazy. So I knew then, that they were trying to push them to actually get into the finals. So Warriors, I think they need to go back to the drawing board, see how they can retool their team. They're a lot older. Clay is looking kind of bad. So Jordan Poole didn't play that well this playoffs. So Jordan Poole played horrible. They gave him a bit. I think Jordan Poole got that contract because Draymond punched him. I mean, he did play well in the NBA Finals and was a big part of their success. But once teams were able to kind of adjust to Jordan Poole and actually figure out, what he was doing and how to play him a little bit, kind of slowed Poole down. Poole's a great player. Sometimes his decision making is not that well in terms of like dribbling into players, rushing shots, uh, you know, not moving the ball around. He's an attack type player. I like his energy and everything. I just wish that he would kind of work on the decision making, and he ain't got to ever. He doesn't have to take every three from half court, because we could have had game one, and if he would have just moved in and took a closer three, you know. Another thing too is I don't understand why they didn't play Kaminga. I would have played Kaminga. They got Kaminga out here in garbage time, and I would be happy if I was Kaminga because you got to make that type of adjustment. Darvin Ham used Lonnie Walker big time in this series because Lonnie won the game for him because both James and both Davis didn't have it in him. So Lonnie comes in and scores 15 points, and those 15 points won that game. So now Darvin used youth against them. The Warriors played a good game, but the youth kind of got the edge. So why not use Kaminga? Why not use Kaminga at that particular point and Moody and see what you can get out of him? But I don't know why. I don't know why Kerr didn't really trust Kaminga in this situation. So that's it. Go to my TikTok channel, Raw Sports TV 23. Go to my YouTube channel, Raw Sports TV 23, and on Instagram, Raw Sports TV 23. We will continue to go live and break down these games, live discussions, and throughout the playoffs until it gets to the end. Once again, like I said, whoever wins the Boston 76ers series, I think that team will go on to be the champs. So hold your horses, Lakers fans, and let's see what's up. All right, peace. I'm out.